Hey, hello there, it's me RJBTV, and today we're going to be looking at a man who only ever plays one race. Well, let me tell you about this man, just a little bit. His name is Two Rose. This is going to be against Leebokgu, and he only ever plays zerg, nothing else. He only plays 1 versus 1 fastest, and he only ever plays zerg. And I've seen this name pass by quite a couple of times in all the replay packs that I've got, and I've only ever really seen him play or pick zerg. I've seen the name pass by, like, I wouldn't say hundreds of times, but I'd say like 50 times I've seen his name pass by, and it's always zerg every single time. And he plays against big name players like Leebokgu here on the white Protoss on the 11 o'clock spawn location. He himself here, Rose, is on the 1 o'clock spawn location on the zerg. So yeah, a madman. Nobody in their right mind would only ever play zerg on fastest map. Because only ever playing zerg against Protoss and Terran is truly a road paved with suffering, pain, tears, blood, and a lot of sweat. And perhaps a little bit of death here and there. Because zerg is just the one race that is disadvantaged against Protoss and zerg. You are always playing from behind. Even players like Burger Sazo and Brain struggle to survive and be victorious with this race, and they are some of the best players in the world. And he is here against Leebokgu, also known as White and Black to some of the viewers from StarCraft world. He is one of the best Protoss players against zerg. This guy legitimately gives zerg players the hardest time imaginable when he plays Protoss against them. You got Overlord there in the front, they're not really hanging on the high ground. Ew, it moves out of vision just on time. Rose saw the probe and realized, I gotta adjust this Overlord just a tiny little bit and get out of harm's way. But he's gonna get found out by this other Overlord there though, so yeah, he still gets found on his corner spawn location. It is a double hatchery pool build order there from him without a choke. A little bit of rope on drone harassment, a tale as old as times. This happens pretty much every single time that a probe scouts a zerg early into the game. Goes for a 4th hatchery. Got a triple gateway there from Leebokgu on a corner spawn. He tries to be very aggressive here, but I'm not sure that's going to be paying off that well here for him. We do have the Overlord there on the middle getting vision of the Zealot, so he confirms that the Zealot is on the way, and he sees the direction he's coming from as well, so he probably knows that Leebokgu, on the name Kokani, he's a big fan of Kokani, is on the either 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock spawn location. Pylon coming up there in the front, Zerglings are on the way. He's going to try to build cannons here and go for a quick, easy win, which might not happen. It might not happen. Zealot is on the Sunken, Zerglings on the way. He's building a lot of Zerglings. He's got 10 drones at the moment and 4 hatcheries. Sunken will not go down. Zealot gets taken down just on time. I think the Zealot should have gone for one more hit to just lower it more, but that's a lot of Zerglings, and the Zerglings are definitely going to win this fight. He's trying to micro his Zealot the best he can to try and do as much damage while receiving the least, but it's not going to be enough. Probe gets taken down. Cannon is still on the way there. More Zerglings are spawning to take down the cannon. And this is how you defend a triple gateway as a Zerg that is not building a choke. This is how you do it. We do have more Zealots, of course, they're on the way. Sunken there in the back is healing up very slowly. Zealots can't really start too much. They can't get too close because then they would get surrounded and killed without being able to kill the Sunken. He's going to try to go for it. Takes a lot of damage, gets surrounded. Zealots will not win this fight though, but he's going to try to kill as many Zerglings as he can. And he's just going to keep on sending and sending and sending. But he did not kill enough of the Zerglings, in my opinion. And that means that by now, Leebokgu is going to have to retreat, because there's just too many Zerglings. He's going for a 5th hatchery, no gas. Most oftentimes, Zerg players here go for a gas. Rose, however, decides to not go for a gas and stick with the Zerglings without speed. Gets hatchery number 6, still only 1 Sunken. He's playing his very bare bones. He's really relying on his Zergling control, and so far his Zerg control has been pretty damn good. Gets another great surrounder on more Zealots. Leebokgu is losing way more Zealots than he should. He should just, in my opinion, like, I don't want to tell him what to do, but I really think at this point he should have perhaps stay back a little bit longer, get more zealots, and then go in with a larger group of zealots instead of sending in these small groups at a time. But the one benefit out of all of this is that he's forcing Rose to build a whole lot of zerglings, and there's a whole lot of drones that did not become drones, but became zerglings. So his economy is not as big as it could have been, but he's now able, because he has fended off that zealot aggression, he's now able to produce a metric crap ton of drones, because he has so many hatcheries. Gets number... oh, that's actually Evo and Aden. Goes into the middle to try and go for a little attack. We've got some zealots that are going to try to run around, but there's of course overlords in the front that are going to spot this. It's not going to surprise him. We have one cannon in the back, 5 gateways, 1 nexus added on, and more pylons being built there to build more gateways. Which are going to die. Is it going to die? This is a lot of zerglings. If he had zergling speed, he could perhaps end the game. Just run in there, get on a cannon, and end the game. But no speed, no bueno, no surprise, no cookie, no victory. He could have tried, but of course he doesn't know that there's only 1 cannon in the back and only about, I'd say, 5 zealots. Zealots here in the back though, getting on top of the drones. Some drones are dying, but drones are clipping into the zealots. Sunken got taken down. He's really relying on the drones, absolutely murdering those zealots. But he's losing a lot of his drones, losing a lot of mining time. That was great for Leebokgu. That was great. That really disrupted him more than it should have. He's building more so many zerglings. He's gonna try to go in again. Okay, that's a Citadel, that's a Robo, that's 2 Robos. 2 Robos. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice for sure. So once again, Zealot there getting cut out on the middle. Just like an early warning system. Maybe they were just misplaced. I don't know. As long as there's no speed on the Zerglings, there's not really any danger being posed by the Zerglings. Rose is really focusing on going for the big macro gameplay. Level 1 attack there. Once again, the fight there erupting. This time around, though, the Zealots have great surface area. They're not getting surrounded. The Zealots are doing a lot of damage. The Zealots are going to win this fight. Zerglings are... Actually, yeah, the Zerglings are going to die. Look at this. That's just... Like, if you have your Zealots in a row, that's the perfect alignment. Because you really want to have at least 3 Zerglings attacking 1 Zealot at a time. If you line up your Zealots in a row, there's at most going to be 2 Zerglings per Zealot. And Zealots love that because that means they won't die and they will get at least 2 kills each, which is pretty bad for the Zerg. But he has Hydralisks now, 38 drones. He's macroed up really nicely, honestly. Like, despite building like 50 to 60 to 70 Zerglings, he is in a really good spot. He is in a really, really good spot, I must admit. Like, so far, this guy has proven to be a worthy opponent. He's trying to catch those Zealots, some great play. He has speed, no range, level 1 attack, they're on the way. Maybe he has range. I don't think he does. I think he only has speed. And he decides not to push further because we get speed, level 1 attack, and shuttle speed on the way. And a lot of Zealots are ready to fight. And of course, 2 Reavers in his shuttle. And Dragoon range on the way. And 6 more gateways. Now is the point in this game where Rose is going to be truly tested by Leebokgu. Now the true test begins. He is on 9 hatcheries, building some sunkens there in the front to slowly build out towards his choke. Oh, Reaver unloads, really gets around. Oh, that's a terrible unload there from Leebokgu. Loses all the Reavers, but kills a lot of Hydralisks. But I don't think that Rose minds too much. He's just happy that he took down the Reaver, which posed the biggest threat to his livelihood. He's gonna get a couple more kills. I think he's wasting his Zealots here, and he realizes it as well. He's wasting his Zealots, so pulls them back. But pulled them back a little bit too late. I would say at this point I would say, just go hard. Just go ham. Rose, just pull the trigger and attack. You can overpower this, kill some Zealots. You can overpower this, maybe win the game. Drop there on the top. This might be the one thing he needs to not happen. He has to survive this. Please pull those drones away to safety. He's pulling them to safety, but not soon enough. Loses, oh, that's 20 kills or something like that. That one does not explode. Lucky break, but he did lose about 20 drones. Oh no, he's gonna lose even more. He's pulling them to safety just on time. Scarab gets stuck right there. Drones survive, but he lost a lot of drones. Luckily he had You know, luckily he has 9 hatcheries, 2 more there on the way for 11, a lot of larvae and a lot of minerals in the bank, so we can build a lot of new drones very rapidly. But that was not a good defend. He completely missed the shuttle. And because he missed the shuttle, he also misses the opportunity to go for a definitive ultra hard breakout and attack. Reavers are on the map. We got more Zealots and Dragoons here on the map from Leebokgu as well. He's on 150 supply. Really good snipe on the cannon and probe there. This was a really good move. Honestly, it really was a good move. Now he needs a couple more Overlords though. He's got Lurker Aspect on the way. Level 2 attack on the way. He's trying to sneak that Reaver in. Can't do it. Snipes it. Hatchery number 12 and 13 there coming up on the side. Rose is progressing rapidly. Like, he took a low blow to the nuts right there, losing a lot of drones, but right now he's progressing pretty quickly. 53 drones. He has not taken any additional big damage so far beside the Reaver drop, which was a pretty successful drop there. There's number 15, so 15 hatchers total. Lurkers are finished up morphing as well. 63 drones. He's macroing up like crazy. Burrows up those lurkers, and there's no observers on the scene. Drop there on the side. I'm gonna try to fly in. There's a path right here on the side. I'm gonna fly all the way in. Drones have to run to safety, but where will they run to? Reaver is too far away. Reaver gets taken down before it can shoot. Reaver gets taken down before it can shoot. And that was a great little lucky break there from Rose. And perhaps I could even call that a mistake by Leebokgu, because he should not have unloaded the Reaver too far away. Like, he should have just unloaded a little bit closer right here instead of all the way over here. You know what I mean? So that should be a Queen's Nest, which should mean we should see a Spire soon, Evo Chamber number 2 and 3 maybe, and maybe a couple more upgrades. He's gonna go for a Hive. Oh, Leebokgu, what are you doing? What? Oh no. So that is another waste of units. He's been wasting a lot of units so far this game. He's focused on other things. That was just a mistake, but that's a lot of real estate. A lot of units that went down the drain. Observers are on the way here in the front. Observatories finished their back at home. He just threw down his structures, not really caring about where they're placed. One Dragoon got stuck because he closed off the exit for this one. Triple Forge. It's not looking pretty, but he has a lot of production going on. He's got 6, 9, 15, 17, 18, 19 gateways. 4 robos here in the middle, 2 back at home, so 6. His production is in a good place. He needs a little bit more gas, but he can like throw down another Nexus right here. Get 3 more gas. Goes for the attack as his observers have finished up. That's not a lot of lurkers there waiting to protect the base, lying in wait to intercept this push. We have a lot of Sunkens though. He's nicely pushed his Sunkens closer to his choke. So he's slowly gaining a lot of ground, building a security zone to protect himself from Leebokgu's aggression. Drop on the top there though, that's the real deal. So many hatcheries. Oh my god. 3 Hydras will not protect him. Wait. Okay. 3 Hydralisks will protect him. Another drop there over the bottom right. Can he snipe this one? No, he cannot. Reaver unloads. Drones are running towards the Reaver, and they're gonna explode. No, he shoots on... Probably... Okay, that was just a wrong target selection. Like, sometimes you gotta gamble. Do I hit those drones running to the south, or do I hit the drones that are still in the minerals? And he chose the wrong option. He gambled, and he killed pretty much no drones. I think it was like 5 kills. Like, he's got still like 101 drones. He's got way too many drones. 110 drones! That's the most drones I've seen someone build in a legitimate 1 versus 1. 115! Oh my... 119! Oh my god. Okay, so he just way overshot the mark by like 40 drones. He's got 40 too many drones. I mean, he's gonna turn a couple of them into Sunkens in the front. Of course he will. That's what most players do. They build Sunkens in the front, you know, to create a buffer zone, a security zone, a no-go zone for the Protoss. That the Protoss has to fight through at the cost of their own lives, but 112 drones, and he only has 4 gas. That's 12 drones on the gas, and everything else on the minerals. That's crazy. Not something that I've seen before. It's probably going to cost him the game, unless he notices at some point that my army is kind of small. I'm going to have to pull some of those drones to build sunkers, like 40 of them, and perhaps put some of them on the gas. It has literally 100 drones on the minerals, maybe even more than 100 drones on the minerals. It's 108 drones on the minerals. I mean, he's focused on defending though, and he's defending successfully, which is the most important part. But it's gonna hurt him at some point when he has so little supply open for units. It's gonna hurt him at some point. He's making more drones. He's making 8 more drones. And when is he gonna start harvesting more gas? Like, so far, Rose has been an amazing player, but this is one of the biggest mistakes I've ever seen anyone make. This is almost hilarious. This is a hilarious mistake. I've never seen this before. Never. I've never seen anyone underestimate the amount of drones they had on the minerals by this much. Like, at this point, I would say getting dropped will be a saving grace. He's still not making more gas, still relying on 4 extractor income. He's defending really well, but I just think he would do better if he had more gas, less drones. Like, he's fighting against 40 more army supply, which is 20 more zealots, just to put it into perspective. 20 more zealots on the map compared to his own army size. Spire on the way, still not making more gas. He's defending really well, though. He's producing really well. He's doing everything right. Everything correct. Like, he's not making any other mistakes. The only mistake he's making is not getting his economy in order. Leebokgu pushing forward. So, yeah, he's pushing forward nicely. Reaver's crawling into the dead zone. That's a mistake. Sometimes Reavers sometimes just do that. Sometimes they're just stupid. But he pushes that Protoss army out of his base, which is most important. He pushes him out of his base. Has a great position there around that entrance. Difficult to get through. I think he could perhaps even break into the middle if only he had 40 more Hydralisks. Cannons from across the high ground being annoying. He's got cannons all around him, so he's contained. I really like this setup here on the side with 9 hatcheries. There's a lot of hatcheries in his base. He's got I'd say he's got maybe like 24 hatcheries, something around that ballpark. I'm just guessing at the moment. But somewhere around 24, 22. There's 4 into the middle. Like, really, if he had more Hydralisks, he would be breaking through. He would be breaking through this really hard, really easily. He just does not have enough. And he really hasn't noticed yet. He's getting more gas, though. That's something to point out. He's getting more gas, and he's pulling some drones to the front to build new sunkers. So while he's pushing out, he's also focused on getting a new protective zone in the front of his base. Drop comes in. This drop will be the saving grace, or maybe it will not. There's a lot of lurkers here. And is there something inside? No, it's empty. It's just a tricky drop. Nothing in there. 111 drones. So he was at 128 earlier. Now at 111. It's starting to look better. He's mining from 8 extractors. 7. Top one is not mine. Drop comes in over the top. This one is going to be a real one. It's a real one. 2 Templars in the mix coming onto location. And he hits everything. Wow. Oh, that's almost 90 dead drones. It was 90 kills. Oh. Maybe 89, but 89, 90, that was a lot of kills. And that will actually help him. That will actually help him. He's now on 75. Leebokgu, thank you. You saved this man's life. Now you can focus on the next step of this game. That is breaking out. Because he's in prison. He is imprisoned by a Protoss photon prison made of gold and blue. Reaver's in the front, slowly pushing forward. There's a spore there protecting the lurker. That's very annoying. The spore gets taken down, which means the observer can soon move forward. There's a drop there coming over the bottom side, not getting intercepted. There's almost no protection on the sides. Templars get sniped though immediately. They don't even get a chance to storm. We have like 12 lurkers in the back. 13 lurkers in the back. 7 gas. He still needs the 3 last gas, the 3 last gazers to really get a steady production of guardians going. Really needs something on the bottom. He's got no vision on the bottom. Drop comes in yet again over the bottom. It's an empty shot. He's throwing it away. Huge storms are on the front. Upgrades are in 1-3. Upgrades are in 2-1-3 there for Leebokgu. Zerglings are on 1-1. Air is on 0-0. Guardians are moving out. He's a little bit behind on upgrades, but it's not weird for him to be behind on upgrades because his gas income was so extremely low for a very long portion of the game. I think he lost... Oh, I think he killed one of his own lurkers here in the back. Not sure. Something died in the back. That's all I can say. The more reavers arrive in the front, Leebokgu is just doing an amazing rinse and repeat frontal pressure game. I would like to see more drops from him, because usually is so very good at Templar shuttle drops. He hasn't really been going for drops non-stop. He's been going for the non-stop frontal pressure, and he's been doing a really good job at it. And Rose is, again, on way too many drones. Not sure why he keeps making this mistake. He's at 101 drones now. 100 drones. Which is still about 20 too many of them. He could pull 20 drones off the minerals and just turn them into sunken spores on the sides and completely stonewall his base from enemy aggression. But this time around, though, drop on the top yet again. Nothing there to intercept. I am starting to notice some real weaknesses in Rose's play. Templar is very far away. Storms hit his drones yet again. And oh, so many kills from 100 down to 24. From 100 down to 24. So that's another 79 kills on a Templar. Like, those 2 Templars that stormed him, that's a wet dream. That's the dream scenario for a High Templar. Killing 70, 80, 90 drones. That is the ultimate dream. So he is gonna build drones soon, I hope. Got 31 now, of which about 12 are on, 10 are on the minerals. Slowly building more of them. Drop comes in, gets sniped. There's no other drops on the map at the moment. He's gonna focus on the frontal pressure, functioning under the assumption that he's done enough economic damage to Rose so far. I really like Rose's play as a whole, though. Like, he's doing a lot of things, I would say even better than most players I've seen. Like, he's doing a lot of things very, very well. But his anti-drop, he relies on the lurkers and running those drones to safety. It's not been working out too well. He's not intercepting the drops, which is something a lot of players do at this level. Like, a lot of players at this level, they intercept the shuttle drops, and he's not really been putting anything on his sides. It's really just all located with lurkers in the back and sunkers in the front. So there are some weaknesses that can be exploited, and Leebokgu has found those weaknesses, and he is exploiting them effectively. Drop over the front. It's maybe not a drop. It's just shuttles hanging there, being annoying. It's just shuttles hanging there being annoying. This is a real drop, though, over the top. Once again, only one Hylisk in between flies in. This time around, 98 drones ready for the taking. Kills it. So what he's doing here is, Rose is somehow still alive. Like, this is amazing. He's still alive, pushing Sunkens yet again to the front. He's hurting this bottom corner, though. And he's gonna run in more units into this bottom corner. High Templar in the mix. Lurkers are getting taken down. Sunkens are morphing. I am impressed by Rose's play. Like, everything beside the drone count has been amazing. Shuttles yet again are empty. He's just throwing away shuttles to being annoying, I guess. I think that Rose just has a really bad ability to estimate and guess the amount of drones he has. Like, every single time he's droning up, he gets to over 100. I've never seen anyone be so bad at estimating and judging how many drones they have. Yet he is able to keep on surviving like an absolute monster. This guy has a monster zerg. Drop comes in, storms yet again, storms him, and he loses. Oh, down from 105 down to 30. So 75 kills. Once again, absolutely amazing hit. So he's building more drones yet again. And he's still alive, somehow. Small little army pushing through over this bottom section. Great storm on some Hydras. He's really, Leebokgu is really doing everything he has to do. Drops in consistent frontal pressure, insanely good production, keeps on flying and shuttle drops over the sides, which are obviously his weaknesses. There's no vision on this bottom corner either. That's a huge weakness. Like, get vision right here, get vision. The reaction time that you have, like, he has 2 seconds to respond. Now he sees it, 2 seconds to respond. Temples are loading, Templar storming yet again. Templar gets all the drones yet again, and now there's no money left in the bank. But he does have 30 drones. There's a huge army here on the bottom, 95 supply. Rose played an amazing defense against the front push. He had a really good progression with his economy. He was somehow able to keep droning up to massive amounts, but those massive drone amounts really killed him, in addition to not having proper drop defense. Because drop defense has not been proper. He's relying on lurkers. He's not relying on vision. His entire bottom section is dark. It's dark, like completely dark. Like, he's coming in here with a large Dragoon army with maxed out upgrades. Well, shields are still upgrading. Well, they're not upgrading, it's still on 2, but he doesn't need level 2 shields. He's gonna walk forward, push through, and kill the Rose. Nip it in the butt. Great storm yet again, kills 24, and Rose calls GG, and he's out. Leebokgu wins the game. And I have to say, Rose played super well. That was an amazing defense for most of that. He managed to survive the early game, which is very difficult to do against these top-level Protoss players. He lost his drones multiple times and was still able to keep on defending his front for a very long time. There's a lot of gateways here back at home from Leebokgu. Just non-stop production. Great drop. A couple shuttles here arrived on the scene. There's another drop, just being distracting. Leebokgu really played this one, I wouldn't say perfectly, because in the early game he did throw away a lot of units for, I would say, no good reason. He threw away a lot of units into a large group of lurkers at one point. But aside from that, he played an amazing rinse and repeat drop and mass attack strategy. Played it really well. That's exactly what you gotta do. Rose, for the most part, played an almost perfect Zerg defense. He played almost everything exactly correctly. But he had some weaknesses. Not enough gas for a very long time, and way too many drones. 128. At one point he had 128 drones. On a map where you only need 75 drones mining minerals and mining gas. Like, you need like 45 on the minerals, maybe 48, and you need like 30 on the gas. Which maybe brings it out to, I would say, 78. Be at 50 more than that. 50. So yeah, that's it for this video. We're gonna look at a couple more videos between Rose and Leebokgu in the next video. A couple more games. I got a couple more lined up. Hope you're looking forward to them, because yeah, this is a really good Zerg player. I saw him pass by, and it's been confirmed. He is a pretty good Zerg player.